Hello and welcome. So I am going to take a look at the Guardian's Cryptic crossword, which was published on Monday the 8th of September 2025, and it's by Vulcan. So those two facts, it's a Monday and it's Vulcan, suggest it might be doable. I don't think there's anything more to say, but I'm just going to crack on. Force charged with protecting birds' favourite perch. Force charged, nope. Fish with rod, it's comparatively plain. Is that an anagram of rod it? No. Perhaps polyurethane demonstration interrupting work in garden. Walkway twisting. I guess walkway sewn across road in inelegant fashion. That looks like it's an anagram of walkway with an RD in it, or an ST maybe. Inelegant, awkwardly, yeah, awkwardly, there we go. Herb damaged by a flea. By a flea is 7. Herb, bay leaf, herbtastic. Random mixture from artist, taken by partner to Wells. H.G. Wells? Alan Wells? I'm not sure. I haven't got anywhere. What does that be again? Force charge, yeah, okay. Yellowish fat, said to be ingredient of perfume, so I assume that is just a sound like, not sure which way. I don't know many yellowish fats, I don't know many ingredients of perfumes at this moment. Is one's fame brief? Is one's fame brief? A dog takes a turn around small wood. So what we got? A dog takes a turn around small. Is that saying put a word for dog, which would be cur, going around small. And A. What would that be? A lab? Balsa? Balsa, I think that's balsa wood, isn't it? A lab going backwards. Forced to check size of such clothes. Forced. Made to measure. Surely. Some Americans are jerks. Is that a hidden word somewhere? Can't really be, can some Americans? I mean, some is your classic hidden word indicator, but I've got an S in place, so ICANS doesn't really think of a word. Jerks is twits. Americans. Some Americans jerks. Pulls. Tugs. Not sure. What's this F again? Random mixture from artist taken by partner to Wells. Is that Fandango? Fandango? No. Random. Maybe it's going random. But where the F's coming from? And artist would be RA. Partner to Wells. Oh, Wells Fargo, isn't it? Farrago, that must be. And artist is RA, yes. From Northern Town, heading off for cemetery. Cemetery from Northern Town. So that's going to be like Mancunian, I assume. So take that off. What's a cemetery? Acropolis? Is that? Would that be Metropolis? I don't think. No, Necropolis is a thingy. A book to do crosswords free. A book. Absolve. Yeah, Absolve is to free someone, isn't it? I can't think what that is. That RS. Ooh, there. Did we look at this one? No, we didn't. This one here. Follow it out of the bedroom. Follow it out of the bathroom. Sorry, bathroom. Showers, basins. Follow F. Perhaps polyurethane. Interrupting working garden. Okay. Could that just be an anagram of polyurethane? That would be amazing if that was. Demo interrupting work in garden. Not sure about that. This K. Fish with rod. It's comparatively plain. Hake. hake stick. Could be a stick there. Let's sort of stick a stick there for a minute. Barrier is a source of annoyance. Barrier is a source of annoyance. Our neighbour's quiet, not loud for us. I'm going to get rid of that stick because I don't think that's right. Our neighbours, is that France? Quiet, not loud. So, loud is F. France. Frolics are our neighbours. France's becomes prances. There we are. F for P or P for F as it goes. And that gets rid of the stick idea there. For example, Copper's behaviour regularly poor. We'd suggest it needs probably an OR on the end of it. For example, Copper is an element. Conductor. It's normally conductor, isn't it? In group of musicians, nobody is on time. Non-et. None-et. Plant initially valued by old something. Can't read it. Not scrolling yet. Preferring food additive left out. E number. I really want to put E number there, but I don't know if it is. Let's have a look at this one. Have a look at this. Barriers of source noise. Don't know. This, with instruction, I improve a little more if I decide to turn up. Whew. With instruction, I improve a little more if I don't know. A nutmeg prepared. That must be an anagram, mustn't it? To grow larger. To grow larger is to augment. That goes from my E number 3. At least this one was plant initially valued by old Peruvians, so that's Inca. Vinca? Is that initially valued by old Peruvia? It must be Vinca, mustn't it? I think. Vinca, not heard of that. It says fair something, make it aggressive for threats, sent Gibraltar wild. Okay, that's just a anagram, isn't it? Making aggressive threats would be, not sure. Let's have a look, see what we've got. Gibraltar. Assume Gibraltar is part of the anagram. Gibraltar. Threats. No. Too many letters. Could be wild. Just that. Maybe it's Gibraltar wild. Which would be can't be lair or bear there, can it? Or where, rare, gare, dare. I don't think it's an I there, therefore. I mean, wild feels like it should be the anagram, really. Making aggressive, it's Gibraltar. I've got an ing there. No, I haven't. I've only got an ing. It's an extra letter there, actually. It's a 5-letter O. Okay. Not sure about that one at the moment. We'll come out of that. If I can get out. Yeah. What's this? Is this V? Preferring food numbers. Preferring food additive. Sorry, preferring. This is probably an ing, isn't it? I don't really like that Vinca. Initially valued, but V for valued. Don't think of anything else really. Unless that clue is constructed differently. Preferring food additive left out. We're looking left out's just take an L out of something. Savouring. Preferring is savouring. Favouring. There we are. Favouring. Okay, the V is right, I think. Little instruction. I'm not looking at that again. Some Americans are still not looking at that one. Burden borne by large countrymen. Yeah. Burden is an onus. Born by large countrymen. I've got an L in Gibraltar, so I'm going to stick an L there. See what I come up with. This one, makers of figures. carrying out trick with ease. Is that just an anagram? Trick ease? Probably. Not sure about that. Maker of figures. KR. Let's have a look. What kind of figures? Statue maker? Or is it a mathematician-y thing? Trick ease. Ski. Ticker. Don't really get anyone. Is it ice? Skater. Oh, that kind of, those kind of figures. Ice skater, nice. Oh. Burden. That doesn't look so nice now, that L. Countryman. Can't think of any. Countryman rural. Don't think so. Let's look at this one. From Northern Town. Heading off a cemetery. I wonder if that's a ton. St Gibraltar. Old Etonian. Ton. Londoner. Brummy. Just trying to think of northern towns. Geordie. Okay, so they don't tend to have a standard ending, really, do they? That I'm not so keen on being L. So look at this one then, see if I can fit with instruction. I improve a little more if I decide to turn. I don't know what that wants. Barriers, source annoyance. I haven't got enough letters to help me out there. Let's go back to the top then. See where we are. There's Vulcan's name scrambling in. Right. Force charged with protecting birds' favourite perch. Cool. Favourite is a pet. Don't it's metropolitan, is it? Got a few down there though. Perhaps polyurethane demonstration working in garden. The only garden I think of was Kew Garden, but I don't think that's going to be the answer. But yeah, take that out for a second, just because PFN. Polyurethane. Demonstration. Interrupting work. Demonstrations in March. No feel for that. Follow it out, but I have no idea of that. This one, fish with rod. It's comparatively plain. You'd think that's just the name of fish, right? I would think that. A rod. Which makes you think it's a hake. Because I can't think of any other fish that have got a K in them. Apart from stickleback, but that's in the wrong place. Yeah, let's put a hake there. I can't see how hake is going to get me somewhere though. It's comparatively plain. Maybe fishes to angle. Can't see that happening. Let's look at this D. Speak to a daughter over clothes address. That was nice. Very bad manager. Oh, I didn't look this one. Very bad. Very bad. Manager runs to get fit. Very bad. Manager. I've got three E's here, and there's. I mean, so I don't think there's a. I don't think there's an anagram available in there because I've got one E in manager and one in. I've got one in very and one in get, but I think they're too far apart to be anagrammed together. To get a fit is to. Ooh, don't know. Very bad is execrable. What's that do? Execrable. Is that word? Inexecrable is manager. Exec. R. And able to get fit. Run to get fit is able, I suppose, yeah. So that kind of works. Execrable. Dug that one out of nowhere. This is one's famed brief. Celeb, I suppose. Celeb and celebrity. This yellowish fat said to be an ingredient of perfume. I'm not sure I know beyond perfume essence. Fat could be lard, but I don't think that fits in there. Yellowish. Don't know what colour yellowish is in terms of a word for it. Okay, this force charged with protecting birds' favourite perch. Balance, no. Not great. Force could be F. What would I do with that though? This one, desperately want to be less than wholly coward. Okay, than wholly cowardly. Desperately want to be less than wholly cowardly. So just anagram want to be less than wholly cowardly would be. That's a weird clue, really. To be less than wholly cowardly. Desperately want to be less than wholly cowardly. I'm just trying to understand the surface of that because it's a bit weird, really. I mean, you're either cowardly or you're not, aren't you? Can't see wholly cowardly. It's just wholly is doing what? Well, it feels like there's a hidden word there from the read of the clue, but I can't see that it is. It can't be an anagram. I think to be less than. No. Fish with rod. My rod's, it's comparatively plain. Comparatively plain would be nothing I can think of. This one here, follow it out of the bathroom. The question mark suggests it's a bit of a cryptic hint towards the answer. Follow it out of the bathroom. No. This one, perhaps polyurethane demonstration, interrupting working garden. No. Barriers a source of annoyance. Irritant isn't going to work. Barrier. My list of barriers is a bit lacking at this moment. Damning, dams, not really. No idea what to do with that clue, really. With instruction. Instruction I improve. That's 3 I's in a row, isn't it? We've got 2 I's there already. A little more if I decide to turn up. If I... Is it a hidden word? Said, let's just decider. No. Edifice. Is it edifice? And if so, how does that fit? Edifier. Is that right? Is that with instruction? Edifier? So a little suggests it's a hidden word. To turn up would be, because it's down clearly, hidden backwards. Not sure. Let's have a look at this one again. What's this? Retaliate or something? Make aggressive threats. Sent Gibraltar wild. Is that Sent Gibraltar? I'll try that 49. Oh, it could be actually. Maybe I got that. Maybe I got the wrong one in there last time. Maybe that's why I was struggling. I've been looking at this bit here to see if I can work out what that one should be, because that should be the easier part to work out, really. TAB, turn. Rattle. Rattling, sabre rattling. Ah, that's what wasn't easy to work fit, because SABRE is not, well, that BRE bit is not really, that means my L is right there. Burden, born by large countryman. I don't know what countryman is in that sense. Am I looking for a particular countryman? I assume I'm looking for a particular name of a, like I was looking for the city name earlier, of something, someone from a particular country, but what country that would be? My list of countries with a K in it is limited to the UK and Ukraine, I think. At this moment. Some Americans are jerks. Oh, it's Yanks, isn't it? Obvious. Oh, so it's like yokel. Countryman's a yokel. Ah, yoke is a burden, fair enough. Which makes that... heading off the cemetery. From Northern Town. Ablankton. I'm not great on Northern Towns. Allington. Wallington and Allington, I think. Is that real? Wallington is... I think there's a town called Wallington. I'm not convinced by that answer. I'm going to check it now just because, you know. No, okay. Warrington, I was thinking of, not Allington. Adlington, Darlington, Arlington Cemetery, where in Virginia, where I think JFK is buried, among others, I'm sure. Barriers are a source of annoyance. Barriers, fence, offence. If that was offence, then that could be staff, couldn't it? Don't know how it would help me, but let's go with that. Or is it defence? Barrier is a source of annoyance. Defence or offence? Defence. Offend. Defend. Okay, let's go with that being staff, though, because a rod would be a staff. It's comparatively plain. Would be make staff, hake staff, pike staff. Now, I have heard of a pike staff. Follow it out of the bathroom. Follows to trail. I'm just thinking take IT out of a word for bathroom, maybe. Toilet. I need a word that's got an S in it, really. Lavatory. Toilet. This one. Force charged with protecting birds. Special branch. Okay, there we go. Yeah, special branch makes that. A word that I really am not that sure about. Yellowish fat. Said to be ingredient. Perfume. Aberrus. Let's have a look at this one. Class, crass. Crass, desperately want to be less than wholly cowardly. Crave, as in craven. Ah, I see now. Right, follow it out of the bathroom. Okay, I've done them last 3 to 4, depending on what defence works out to be. So look at that on the horizontal. Perhaps polyurethane demonstration interrupting working on waterproofing. Is that waterproofing? I think it is, isn't it? I don't quite know how it's waterproofing, but let's go with it. Waterproofing. What's going on there? Is it waterproofing? That would be a fence. Assuming that's waterproofing. I'm going to go with it. What that is, follow it out of the bathroom. I'll come back to that in a minute if it is waterproofing. Demonstration is proof. Just take that out for a second. And watering is what you do in the garden. Yep, working in the garden is watering. Waterproofing, which means this. Follows in ensue, isn't it? Ensuite bathroom. So that just leaves whatever this is, which is really something I'm not sure I'm very familiar with. Yellowish fat. Said to be a gradient of perfume. Ambergris. I only get that because I'm currently reading Moby Dick, which is all about whaling, and they get ambergris from the whales. In that, which I have to say is the most boring book I've ever read, but I'm forcing my way through it, and I'm down to the last 15 pages or so. So there we go. I think that's all okay. Yep, just that fail on Arlington really, because I couldn't be bothered to think of northern places. Right, let's go through. So yeah, well, okay. So special branch is part of the police force, isn't it? So I think force charged with protecting birds' favourite perch. Well, birds are on a perch on branches. Charged. Hang on, I'm just going to pause and think about this. I have to say I don't really see what's going on there beyond what I've just described really. Forces special branch. Bird's perch is a branch. A bird's favourite. I can't see what's going on there. Okay, let's go on. So we've got walkway twisting. So we've got an anagram walkway. Twisting is your anagram indicator. Going across RD for road gives us awkwardly, which is inelegant fashion. Let me just refresh the screen, because that gets rid of all the ticks and it's a bit easier to go through. Right, a dog is a lab. Takes a turn around, so put a lab backwards, put it round. S for small gives you balsa. Going forwards, which is a type of wood. The bathroom is the ensuite bathroom, so if we take out the IT of ensuite, we get ensue, which is to follow. Very bad is execrable. Not a word I've ever used, but I have slowly learned it from doing crosswords a bit. One of my biffs today, execrable and waterproofing, my two kind of dive in there with biffs really. A manager is an exec, as in an executive, I think. Runs is R for in cricket notation, and then to get fit, well, if you're fit for the job, then you're able to do the job, I think. Our neighbour is France. It's got an apostrophe S on, so it's France's. Quiet is P in musical notation. P for piano, play quietly. And loud is F for loud in musical notation, forte. So change the F of France to a P for quiet. Gives you Francis becomes prances, and prances are frolics. A random mixture from artist. Random is a farrago. A random mixture is a farrago, I think. We've got an artist is an RA, Royal Academician, in the middle, taken by the partner to Wells Fargo. Right, a barrier's a source of annoyance. Well, we've got of fence here. Of fence. A barrier is a fence. I don't think it's a sound like a fence, but maybe it is. Maybe it's a fence. A source being a sound like indicator there. I'm not very keen on that. A source of annoyance. You take offence to something. Barriers. Again, not very clear on why that's a fence, but kind of get the idea of it. A is in the clue, B for book, and to do crosswords is to solve them sometimes, and to absolve someone is to free them. Preferring is favouring. We've got food additive is flavouring. Take the L of flavourings, L for left, out of flavouring becomes favouring. Some Americans can be known as Yanks, and if you yank something, you jerk it. So Yanks are jerks, so to speak. No offence to anybody. Right, a group of musicians is a nonette. A group of 9 musicians, that is a nonette. Comes up occasionally. Nobody is on time, so none is nobody, and T for time. Maker of figures. So if you're a figure skater, then you could be an ice skater, which is ice skater is an anagram of trick, ease. Carrying out is your anagram indicator. Making aggressive threats is saber rattling, which is an anagram of scent, Gibraltar, and wild is your anagram indicator. Let's look at the down clues. So a fish is a pike, a rod is a staff, and it's comparatively plain is a pike staff. I have to say I'm not sure what a pike staff is. I thought it was some kind of weapon, but maybe not. Yeah, desperately want is to crave something. To be less than wholly cowardly. Well, cowardly is craven, so take the N of craven off because it's less than whole. Becomes crave. If you speak to, you address someone, and then we've got A is in the clue, D for daughter, going over clothes. Well, your clothes are your dress. Onto the herb, which is the bay leaf, which is an anagram of by a flea. Damaged is your anagram indicator. Yellowish fat, said to be ingredient of perfume. I guess there's I don't quite know which end of that is which end. I think ambergris, as I've written it there, is ambergris is the yellowish fat, spelt that way. Said to be says it's a sound like of something that's an ingredient of perfume. Ambergris. I don't know what's going on there. Third clue, I don't know what's going on really perfectly. Is one's fame brief? Well, a celeb, but their fame is celebrity, isn't it? So it's just a cryptic way of getting there. So yeah, celeb and celebrity. Right, polyurethane is an example of waterproofing, I suppose. Demonstration is a proof. Interrupting work in the garden, which is watering. Forced to check. If you've been forced to check the size, then you've been made to measure it, and such clothes, certain type of clothes are made to measure, as opposed to tailor-made. For example, copper is an example of a conductor. Metal conducts electricity. Behaviour is conduct. Regularly poor is saying take the second and fourth letters of poor. We've got the northern town of Darlington. Take the heading off of Darlington, so take the D off of Darlington, becomes Arlington, which is the cemetery in Virginia, where I think JFK's buried there, and probably some of the soldiers. I'm not sure exactly, but with instruction I improve a little more if I decide to turn up. Well, I think with instruction is an edifier. With instruction I improve. Okay, that must be an edifier. We've got a little. It's telling us there's a hidden word within decide more if I decide, and to turn up because it's down clue, so going upwards is saying it's backwards in there. And if you start in the beginning of decide and go through I if more, you get edifier. A nutmeg is an anagram of augment. Prepared is your anagram indicator, and to grow larger is to augment. The plant is a vinca. Initially valued is saying take the V from valued, and the old Peruvian is an Inca. And a burden is a yoke, borne by L for large, so a countryman is a yokel. So there we go, all done. Let myself down with Darlington, didn't I really? Should have spent a little bit longer on that, but didn't get that. Couple of clues, 2 or 3 clues there I just can't quite fully pass. But anyway, thanks for watching.